The biggest thing out of Canada in the last 10 years is Jordan Peterson.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who's done irreparable harm. Who's just really, can we blame countries for stuff like that? Because we can. Here's
Probably
the thing.
not.
We can blame countries that had nothing to do with 9/11 for 9/11. We did a 14-year war with a country that didn't do 9/11 for 9/11.
Yeah.
We should be able to bomb Canada because of Jordan Peterson.
That might be extreme.
Yeah.
But it could be. It should be on the table.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You should at least.
And that's where the State Department would answer it. He goes, "Of course.
Yeah. Right.
It's on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what we've done."
Yeah, it would be hilarious if there were videos of just Canadian children being melted.
Well,
John Kirby being like, "That's tough business." Okay, that's the way in business things are tough.
This is what happens. I don't like it.
It's not. It wouldn't be my first choice. No, of course not. Of course not. It wouldn't be my first choice, and I'd take offense to the question.
Yeah, I don't like that question.
Yeah,
I never loved the question.
Yeah, have you ever sucked a cock? Yes or no? No. I don't like. I don't like the way you're asking that. Okay.
That's tough.
Yes.
That is the way we would characterize. Like that is the way he would perfectly.
I'm trying to figure out what
tough business.
Something's wrong with John Kirby, and I
don't
know
what
he's
did
like
before
he's
this.
like a reanimated doll.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know
why
what he reminds
he's
me of?
out there.
Remember the Goosebumps book about the dummy?
Yes. He's the guy that.
That's him.
Yeah.
He's that
R.L. Stein.
Yeah,
creates
he's that
John
Goosebumps
Kirby.
dummy. Is what that guy is.
I don't know why. I don't know what's going on over there that he's even up front for this. Like I don't know who picked him.
Apparently, there's drama behind the scenes between him and Jean-Luc Picard. Because she's like, that's my job to go out there and do Obama mannerisms.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I love that too. That some of the Democrats are still trying to do the Obama.
Well, I also feel like John
mannerisms.
Kirby is finding out what's going on in real time. Like I don't feel like anyone tells him.
Yeah,
I feel like he's not.
I feel like he's using his face to try and hold his eyeballs into his head.
Right. I feel like nobody gives him nobody gives him the talking points before he goes out. He's just kind of like
yeah. And
he's got to react in real time to the horrors that
that's
Israel's
what it
committed.
is. He's doing fucking W's mannerisms.
Yeah.
That's how long he's been around. That he's like that's tough cookies. 40 children beheaded. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's the cost of doing business.
You like cookies?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna say just because the cookie crumbles, we're gonna say we're not gonna eat cookies anymore? I mean, come on, And I haven't forgotten what Hamas did on October 7th.
Yeah.
That's the important thing to remember.
That's the meaningful
question. It's like, sir, you fucked my wife.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, are we going to talk about October 7th? Because that seems more important.
Yeah.
Than anything I may have fucked or not fucked to your wife, which is not saying we did.
They were kids at a music festival.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. No, I because he was an Obama administration guy. He wasn't like a W administration.
No, he's just there. He's a guy that he lives in the pipes. Mm-hmm. And they bring him out, and he doesn't quite know why he's doing this.
Yeah.
It's a very undignified job to deal with the press.
Yeah.
It's not a track like anyone really wants. It's just a launching pad to like get a job on Fox News or any of these places.
Yeah, right.
It's all it is, right?
Yeah.
It's nobody wants it. It's like half the time you're getting just roasted in front of everyone. Like they pick you out. All these guys shit on you. You look like an idiot all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a tough gig unless you want to go right from that to like, and no one's hiring John Kirby. Like no one. There's never going to be like the
John Kirby show.
Yeah, late night tonight. It's like the news hour with John Kirby. No one's going to hire him.
Right.
So he knows that he's just going to die after this.
Yeah.
He's just kind of being like he's like a fool.
But he's not press secretary. He's like the Pentagon spokesperson.
No, which is worse.
Yeah,
because
right.
what the Pentagon spokesman's job is to come out and then like figure out like some reason like he's
which
like,
seems like it's a losing proposition.
It's a losing
all
proposition.
Of them, but the
all
Pentagon one is the worst.
No, the Pentagon's the worst because he's got the whole national security apparatus
right, that he has to answer for.
What everybody's doing at all times.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
And no one cares about letting him know.
But he's particularly bad at it because he'll like feign like pathos sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, just don't do that. I don't understand why
you
he
desperately need like someone who is that's had their soul surgically taken out of their body.
Yeah, it makes you kind of miss those just evil.
No, you need
neocons.
You need an evil guy like a Paul Wolfowitz or any of those guys who used to just go, listen, Fuck them. Listen. Richard Pearl, remember those guys?
Yeah.
They'd go, yeah, it seems like you guys just burned everyone in Mosul. He'd go, and you know what?
They died faster than they would have if they had starved.
Yeah,
so
it's like
those are your options.
You want. I just almost fell back. That would have been a great moment.
Yeah,
had I said
just
something about Richard Pearl and then died.
You're down, so we turn the cameras down. You're
Richard
in a
Pearl
sweatshop
just drags me to hell. He just grabs he grabs my face.
Right,
that's the end of the episode. It's Paul Wolfowitz and Richard Pearl just grabbed me to hell, and I sucked them both off.
Yeah,
but the thing about these Jewish neocons, but it's no, it's weird now because feigning humanity is such a they're incapable of doing it.
A mashup of John Kirby responding to the Rafah thing.
Oh yeah,
and then also him like pretending to get choked up over Ukraine. He's like, He's like, when you see some of these images, and that's my favorite thing because it's like,
is this water I can drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard for actors to even do that, but you're not an actor. You're an evil person, part of an evil empire.
That's right.
And we can see you're not crying.
No, you're Darth Vader.
We can see.
If you were better, you'd be Darth Vader.
There's no tears coming out of your face.
There's no tears in his body.
Yeah, right.
This is a guy.
Yeah, he's covered in spiders under his suit, and they've desiccated him.
Yeah, John Kirby's like big regret in his life is that he's not like in the genocide room.
Yeah.
But he's like on the outside of it, like having the chat about it.
Yeah, he wants people to not know who he is. He wants to be the guy.
The whole point of those guys is people figure out what a monster you are after you've died.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing about the national security state. The whole thing was like, we got to deal with the media. When I'm on my deathbed,
the sad part
tell everyone I did it.
The sad part is, all of those guys could have just been beloved author Tom Clancy.
That's right.
Nobody hates
Tom Clancy.
Because he was never in the military.
That's right.
Because he never held a government position.
That's right.
He was just some pardon me for saying it, but who liked military time.
That's right.
That's all he was.
And that's the best case scenario. And that's what he'll say. On his deathbed, John Kirby will look at some nurse or someone he just grew up and he goes, I could have been a who just liked this shit.
I could have just been a guy that liked 24 hours on a clock.
But I got involved and I had that job with Gerard Depardieu. And we had to go out and tell everybody why this Rafah thing works.
Yeah. Mr. Kirby, you shit yourself earlier in the day. Hey, that's none of your business. Okay? I'd find it hard to believe that none of you have shit your pants either. Next
you look at these young men in the Ukraine that are never going to get a chance to shit themselves.
Yeah, right. I saw a video of a Ukrainian man who sharded, and